Welcome to another prospect on Palmerville. So I wasn't going to make a video today. Today's basically my last day here. I was just going to have a nice cruisy prospect. I came back to a gully that I've done really well in the past. I thought, well, that'll do. I'll just, drive right into the gold and jump out of the buggy and just have a cruisy detect. So I picked up 3 little ones. You can hear there's not much in the jar. They're all like 0.1. But I've come up this little side gully and I've got 2 of them in here. And now I've got a target that I really like. So I thought I'd better make a video. Let's have a listen. So you can see I've dug it out. From the top it was, but now I've dug down. I've found a bit of junk today, so I'm not getting my hopes up too much on this one. I'm just trying to keep it casual, but here's hoping that's a bit of gold. Right, I'll set yours up this time so you can actually see me dig it and that sort of thing. Let's get this nugget out. All right, let's dig this target out. We'll have a listen. All right, sounding good. Let's hope this isn't junk. All right, in or out? All right, we got it out. Have a listen. All right, here we go. Come on. There we go, you ripper. There's a nice 4 or 5 grammer there. What a nice bit of gold that is. You beauty. Here we go. Check that one out. He's pretty dirty, but that's a nice nugget. That's a ripper nugget. I'm so happy with that. There's another, be 4 grams or so, I reckon. That's beauty. All right, I'm going to keep detecting this little gully if it's going to keep throwing up nuggets like this. Bloody ripper. Go give it a bit of a lick and make it a bit cleaner for you. You can see that's a beautiful nugget. I'm stoked with that. That's a great bit of gold. That's just made my day. Last day on Palm of the year and I start popping chunky nuggets out. Always good though. Alrighty, up this little gully I go. Let's hope there's some more. I just dug out a nice specimen. I don't know, I think there's probably only maybe a gram or 1.5 grams of gold in there. You can see it's fairly well just ironstone with bits of gold popping out. Now have a look where I dug it out. So you can see we've got a big bedrock bar in the creek here, big bedrock bar, and down in that crevice, way down the bottom in there it was sitting. I ended up having to get a stick to scratch it out, but that's why I always chase those bedrock bars, because they've got a good habit of catching this stuff. Righto, back to it I go. Well, I'm back at the buggy. Just came back for a feed and a drink and a sit down in the shade. Plus I need to switch batteries on the 6000 as well. It was going flat. But I gave the gold a bit of a clean up. I'll show you what I've got so far. See, there's one nice nugget there. I think it'll go 4 or 5 grams, and then that one specimen that's probably got 1 gram of gold and 3 little ones. So not a bad morning. I'm pretty happy with that. So you can see all the old timers diggings here in front of me on this inside bend. Now this creek was quite good. I got a lot of small gold in this area right here, but I got some good gold upstream, up near where I got that bigger piece. But yeah, the old timers certainly did a number on this one. You see the gullies over in here now. So next I'm going to head up that little side gully up there, and then I'll come back and I'll go up that side gully up there, and I think that'll about do me for a morning. I probably made me $1,000 for the day, so I'm already happy. Yeah, beautiful day out here, but last day on the Palmer, it's good and it's bad. Like, it's good to get off station and go and live in some creature comforts, eat some takeaway food, you know, have a beer with some mates, that sort of thing. But it's also, a little bit sad, to be honest. I mean, it's going to be 6 months or so before I get back. It's a long time. It's a long time to be off the Palmer for me. So anyway, it is what it is, and it can't be changed. So let's finish getting this gold out, and then I can go back to camp and pack up and get ready to hit the road tomorrow. Righto, everyone. Let's get some more. Righto, that's me for the day. Had a crack up those other 2 side gullies. Didn't find anything. My water's basically done, and I'm done too. So yeah, last day on Palmerville for the year. Pretty bloody happy with how it went too. I'll do a quick weigh in when we get home and yeah, see what the tally was. Alright, let's get this drive done. Get out here. Alright, here we go. Here's the gold from today. I'm going to chuck on that big nugget first, as always. Just a touch under 5 grams. Pretty bloody stoked about that. Now, I reckon this one's probably a bit more than half gold, so we'll see. Yeah, by itself, it's 1.6. So I'd say there's 1 gram of gold in there. And then we'll chuck these on top. So 7 grams on the scales, but I'd say it's more like 6.5 total, which I'm absolutely stoked with. This nugget's going to come up great after an acid bath and a good clean. All right, there we have it. Last day in Palmerville for the year, guys. I'll see you back here next year, of course, but don't worry, I'm going to plenty other gold fields and got plenty other plans for the summer, so there'll still be content coming. Righto, later.